Hi folks, Father Tom McCarthy. Welcome to the 23rd Sunday of Ordinary Time. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Again, Jesus left the district of Tyre and went by way of Sidon to the Sea of Galilee into the district of the Decapolis. And people brought to him a deaf man who had a speech impediment, and begged him to lay his hand on him. He took him off by himself away from the crowd. He put his finger into the man's ears and spitting touched his tongue. Then he looked up to heaven and groaned and said to him, "Ephphatha," that is, be opened. And immediately the man's ears were opened. His speech impediment was removed, and he spoke plainly. He ordered them not to tell anyone, but the more he ordered them not to, the more they proclaimed it. They were exceedingly astonished, and they said, "He has done all things well. He makes the deaf hear and the mute speak." The Gospel of the Lord. Friends, do you remember the last baptism you attended? Maybe it was your own, maybe it was a child or a grandchild. But there's a little ceremony at the end that a lot of people forget about. And it is a ceremony where the deacon or priest who's baptizing the child blesses the ears and the mouth of that child. And he says, "May your ears soon be open to hear and proclaim the glory of God." And then when he blesses his mouth, Jesus says, "May your mouth be open so that you can go out and proclaim who Jesus is." It's pretty unbelievable. It's a beautiful thing. And it comes from this gospel. It comes when these believers of Jesus said, "Let's take our friend to Jesus. He'll touch them. He'll be healed." Imagine the trust they had. The trust they had for Jesus. See, remember, they were still trying to figure Jesus out. But they trusted him that this was the Messiah. And the more he did things like this, they started to believe. Why do you think we have that at our baptismal rite? Why do you think we bless the ears of that baby? Why do you think we bless the mouth of that baby? Now, we can do it also as people are baptized as older people. But why do we do that? What it shows us is that from the beginning of us becoming a child of God through baptism, Jesus is always watching out for us. He's watching out for us, and he will take care of us. He will help us speak. He will help us hear. And he never forgets us. That's the beauty of this. And what a beautiful thing it is. Do you think there's a reason why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth? He blesses both. He begins with the ears. And he says, "May these ears soon be open to hear and understand the word of God." And then when he does the mouth, we're saying that that person will go and proclaim to Jesus who Jesus is. And it was from the beginning of our baptism. Right after we're made a child of God, Jesus has already taken care of us. He doesn't say, "Good luck, let me know how it turns out." He's right there, and he takes care of us. And you know, when we do that, and I hope that all of us, when we go to a baptism next, that we will be very conscious of this. It's right before the final blessing. And to truly let Jesus take care of us. And if you are a parent or a godparent or a brother or sister or just a friend, a family member, bless the baby's ears. Bless the baby's mouth. And let Jesus be the one they proclaim. How good it is that we are here. How good it is to know that we are taken care of. It's a beautiful thing. And for most of us, it happened when we were babies. When we were babies and we didn't know anything different. But as we grow older, that's when Jesus shows us the way. And he gives us what we need to keep on keeping on. I was at St. Meinrad Arch Abbey this past week for a gathering of the Missionaries of Mercy of the U.S. And there was this beautiful painting. Well, it's actually a photograph. And in St. Meinrad, it's a major Benedictine abbey. It's a seminary. And they had these gorgeous, large pictures that just talked about the life of the seminary, the life of the monastic life. And they were gorgeous. I took one of a picture that I just looked at and I said, that is awesome. And it was a picture of the monks going in procession into the church. And there was a little boy, maybe 4 or 5 years old, and he was standing at full attention, watching the priests go by. That picture just touched my heart, because those are the people that Jesus goes after, are the young people, the ones who are innocent. We are the ones that forget the innocence of what we can be given. And so, friends, as I remember that picture, if I knew how to do it, I'd show you the picture, but I don't know how to do it on this phone. But it was unbelievable. Maybe that day, maybe one day that young boy will be a priest or a monk, because he saw and he was mesmerized. The young are with us always. The young we need to teach, we need to show the way, and we need to help them be the best that they can be. How good it is that we are here. And please look to the young people in your life. And know, friends, that you can bless the young people in your life. Bless their ears, bless their mouth, and say, be with Jesus. You can do that as long as you're doing it, asking Jesus to help that young person. And they might say, why are you doing that? Start to tell them by virtue of how they would understand. And let it be known that you are helping them become followers of Christ. So, the next time you go to baptism, please, please, please be aware of that Epiratha prayer. And let it be seen as the deacon or the priest blesses the ears, blesses the mouth, and says, Lord, open the eyes and ears of this your faithful servant. How good it is that we are here. Don't give up, and let's ask ourselves, how are we listening? How are we speaking? And how are we doing what Jesus wants us to do? And if we do that, we will do what Jesus wants us to do. And we will do our best and be our best. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. If you've got to be perfect, good luck. You can't do it. But if you can be faithful, then that's what we can do. And those blessings, especially at baptism, where we are made a child of God, Jesus said yes. And he said, this is my beloved son or daughter, and they will always be a part of me. Do we have an awesome God or what? So friends, thank you for being with me. Let's remember that prayer of epitaph where you are opening up the ears and the mouth. Let us remember that picture of the little boy in awe of the priest walking by, because one day he may be a priest. And never be afraid to ask people, are you following Jesus? Are you listening? Have you ever thought about being a priest, a brother, a sister, a deacon, a lay minister in the church? Ask. Ask, you will make their day. Oh, they'll feel I'm weird. No, they won't. You will make their day. So friends, thank you for being with me. Let's turn to Jesus. Let's never give up. And let us always know that Jesus wants to open our ears and our mouth. How are you going to do that this week.